Hello friends, I've been watching The Mandalorian and like everyone else I've fallen in love with Baby Yoda. So I decided to see if I could make my own out of colored polymer clay. I filmed the process and I'm going to show that to you now. I hope you enjoy. These blocks cost a couple of dollars at the craft store. I didn't end up using the yellow, but you can use that to mix with the green if you want to change the shade. I'm going to pre-roll most of this into different colored balls. These are the basic sizes I'm going to use for the different parts of the sculpture. If you try to match the sizes, you will be okay. I roll these black pieces out to be the eyes. You can see in a moment here that I cut them in two, and then later I even cut that in two and just use half of that. Start by rolling the biggest piece into a grape shape. That's going to be your head. Roll that brown piece into a tapered cone that is flattened on both ends. And then put the two together. You're going to press down firmly, but try not to change the shape. And you can use Bacon Bond to help it stick if you want. Also, for extra credit, you can do what I'm doing there, which is brushing it down with rubbing alcohol to get rid of any fingerprints and smooth it out a little bit. This brown piece here we're going to roll out into a rope and then smash it flat like so. Then wrap it around him, making it meet in the front. I don't show it here, but trim it to be flush in the front. You can use an X-Acto knife or something like that. These are going to be the ears. Roll them into a cone and then smash them flat at the point and tapering up to be thicker at the base. And shape them into whatever position you want. Baby Yoda's ears are very expressive and he uses them to show his emotions. Show his emotions. Press the ears firmly onto the sides of the head, being careful not to change the shape as you squish them on. A little Bacon Bond would be helpful here. Now it's time for the eyes. I'm just using one of those black balls that I rolled, and even that you can see I'm cutting in half. Roll those two halves into tiny little balls and smash them flat onto the head. Again, this is a good place for a drop of Bacon Bond. Just a little bit, yeah. Now roll some clay into a tiny thin rope and cut that into 3 sections. I'm going to use these for the eyelids and the mouth. We're going to start with the top eyelid, and I'm using this tool, but you can use anything you have at home. A pencil would probably work. Just use it to help you get in there and push it in firmly and blend it in a little bit on the top edge. We're going to cut that piece in half and use it to make the bottom eyelids. Again, using whatever tool you have to push it on and blend it in a bit. You can see how the eyelids are what makes the eye not just a perfect round circle and makes it look more realistic and lifelike. I went for sort of an inquisitive expression on Baby Yoda. You can make him look however you want. The nose is such a tiny dot that I needed a tool to help me pick it up and put it on. His mouth is just another tiny little piece of clay rolled out. And again, I used a tool to put it on and then shaped it into an inquisitive frown. Baby Yoda's eyes have a lot going on in the wrinkle department, so I decided to add another eyelid on top of the first. I just rolled out another rope of clay very thinly and put it on with my same tool just like before. These pieces are going to be the arms, and I'd say they're about the size of a jelly-bellied jelly bean. And here you can see me applying some Bacon Bond before I put them on. Exactly how should I put them on? Press it in firmly, again being careful not to change the shape as you push it on, and do taper it at the top where the shoulders are. Now roll out another little rope of clay and smash it flat. These are going to be used for the cuffs on the sleeve of the arm. I cut them to length after I put them on with an X-Acto blade, but you can try to cut them before you put them on, whatever you prefer. Whatever you prefer is alright with me. I used that same piece that I made for the sleeve cuffs to make the opening of the robe. I put it on and then blend it well on one side to represent that it's overlapping. Now it's time to make the hands. I'm going to start by adding a little bit of bacon bond to the wrists, and then I'm going to just apply those 2 balls that I made earlier to the wrists. I don't want to put a lot of detail into these just because it's a cartoony, stylized sculpture. Now for the first time I'm going to use some pure pink, again about the size of a Jelly Belly jelly bean. This is for the inner ears. You can mix this with some green to make it match more of the skin color. Baby Yoda's ears are a little pink inside, but I decided to go with just the straight pink, again because this is a stylized version. Finally, I'm going to finish it off with one last brushing of rubbing alcohol before I bake the whole thing. And here's the final product. It was a lot of fun making a very simple sculpture that I didn't need to paint. I'll bet that many of you will come up with even better ones than I do. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and go to my Etsy page to see all of my other sculptures. The video is over now, there's nothing left to see. Thanks for sticking around. I think I like